Hey guys, Deathbringer here. We're on the Outer Worlds, and this is part 3 on Murder on a Planet I Can't Pronounce. Every time I remember how to pronounce it, it's off camera, and sometimes on camera, depending on, well, not camera, but you know what I mean. But, yes, in the last part, we found out that we actually have to pick who the murderer is, and I'm not going to do that until I've completed everything of this DLC, so I have all of the information. Because I honestly don't know. Um, there is a lot of information we've been getting over the last two parts. Basically, it could be any number of people, but it's looking like it's someone with high tech and someone within the company, or who has access to the company areas, which possibly could be the guy we're about to go investigate next. Which is, I can't remember the life of me what his name is. I think it's Cedric or something. I can't remember. But before we start, I need to drink a cup of tea. And I know it's been basically a week since almost a week since the last episode. I am terribly sorry about that, but I wanted to keep them on certain days. I will quickly give you an update on the channel because I'm not sure if people saw it yesterday, but I'll quickly tell you again in a minute. Gotta have a nice brew with streaming. My schedule is being changed slightly. Fridays, Saturday, and Sundays there will be no content because I'm going to take those days off so I don't stress myself out with the channel. Because I have noticed that before, where I was having to do stuff for the channel, I was kind of like stressing myself out on what to do because a lot of my series I'm killing off mainly because I don't know how to do it, or they've been done so many times, so I've decided to not carry on a lot of the series, or they're not getting the views I want. Like Fallout 4, for instance, that's been done so much through so many different YouTubers, and I've done it repeatedly whilst restarting characters, so now the channel is not going to be completely phased out, but it pretty much the only time you'll see it is if I've got updates on stuff I need to do, like telling you events and stuff going on with the channel, or when I'm showing off a settlement that I've been working on. Currently, I'm working on Vault 88 on one of my other characters, and I will do another episode once I've put a lot more detail in and made it look better. But first, I need to get to Nuke World. But yes, that's that. But Mondays, I'm still going to have an episode ready. Like, I already have an episode ready for Monday, because I recorded it technically for this Saturday, but because I'm not recording Saturdays anymore, I'm going to move it to Monday. Tuesdays is still basically a day where Team picks the stream and what we're doing. Wednesdays will be the Fallout, once this DLC is done, and if there's not any new content going out, will be the 76 walkthrough. Being I've only done one episode, I need to do more. And Thursdays will be the second stream of the week, which will be whatever I need to do to get ready for an episode or something, or what we just wanting to play on that day. That will vary. The one day of the week that's set will be Wednesday, as long as nothing else is happening. That's when I'll be recording the episodes of Fallout 76, the walkthrough. So that's technically going to be 4 lots of content a week, but because I'm streaming twice a week for an average of an hour and a half and onwards per stream, it's a decent amount of content anyway. So I don't want to like overload my channel with content. Means I've taken up streaming. I know I've taken up streaming for quite a while, but I wanted to make sure that I'm not overdoing it. I know I don't edit my videos, so I haven't got the stress of editing videos. It's more of the stress of knowing what to do. Like, I've been redoing a lot of stuff and playing the same shit over and over again, mainly my walkthrough, not my walkthrough, the Wandering series. I've basically restarted that. I think in the series 4, maybe 5 times, and I started repeating myself when it comes to content. Plus, there's not much more I can explore, in all honesty. I will carry on with the walkthrough of Fallout 4 at some point, but that won't be for now. Eventually, that will take over the Monday spot, probably. But I haven't exactly got. Currently I don't have an interesting character, so I need to do the entire fucking campaign again and figure out where I left off. In this episode, I may end up being a totally different character at that point, but the outcome will be the same. But with that said, let's get straight into this. Okay, so last episode we found out that we've actually got to make a decision, and it's not one that's going to be handed to us like normal games. This one you have to figure out. You have to use your brain and use the clues, which I can't remember for the life of me what the clues are. I didn't go back and watch the streams like I said I was going to, so this is all going to be on a whim. I can make a decision now if I want to, but at the moment, because I don't have enough information, I don't know if it's going to be the right decision. My best guess is it's someone within the company, and I actually have no idea who it could be. Potentially it could be the guy we're reporting to. I have no idea, because with us reporting to him, he's being one step ahead, if it is him. If it's Cedric, I have no, if he is called Cedric, I have no fucking idea. If it's him, it could like he has the know. It looks like he has the know-how, and they're always at each other's throats. And he could have just done it out of revenge, or something. When it comes to that side of things, so I honestly don't know. I don't think it's Black Hole Bertie, because he's not. No offense to him, but he's not smart enough to use the tech to be able to copy the hard drives. Copy the data of the computers and stuff like that. You need even what's his face said that you needed a decent key in order to be able to do that. So he thinks it's someone within the company or corporation or whatever. So it could potentially be someone like that, or it could be someone on the outskirts hired for the someone in the corporation. It could be a third party that's basically telling this assassin or murderer to do all these things, but obviously he's the one who murdered them. But we also need to find the boss. There is so many loose ends. I have no idea what this is going to be, but I do believe we are about to go talk to Cedric. So let's look at my quest log. Also, I actually found out that the game sound was incredibly quiet for anyone who wasn't wearing headphones. I have turned up the game sound so it's louder. Possibly you won't be able to hear me. I have no idea. I will check that at the end of the stream. Unfortunately, I didn't notice this until I went back and started putting my links in the description and stuff like that, and like basically putting all of the finishing touches and everything, and looked back to make sure that the sound was good, because I had literally just remembered about it and there was so many fucking things. I'm sorry. I'll be doing a proper walkthrough of the Outer Worlds at some point anyway. I'm either going to go with the evil playthrough or a full-blown good playthrough. I have no idea yet, but I will be doing a full-blown walkthrough of the Outer Worlds at some point. I know it's already been done, but I want to do it because I said I was going to do it, and I know I haven't got around to doing it yet. So that could take up the Monday slot as well. But yes, okay. An unfinished accusation. This is the final quest for the thing, I do believe. Name the murderer if you're ready who killed Halcyon Helen. If you're ready to answer this question, speak to speak to Levadico on the penthouse terminal and make your accusation. I have 2 suspects apparently at the minute. You have investigated two suspects in the case of Helen's death. You're making progress. If you believe you know the name of the murderer, speak to what's-his-face. Otherwise, continue your investigation and look into any additional suspects. Lord of Blight. Yeah, it was Cedric. Fucking hell, I remember that pretty good. And then we have this one, which we've had for a while. You've learned that Helen... no idea. The profit of profitability worker seminars, harming her image and costing her bits. Investigate whether or not this would have motivated the Prophet to kill Helen. So I still have 2 suspects to look into, and welcome to the stream, hope you enjoy. I have 2 suspects to look into, and I will be looking into both of these, hopefully within this stream, because I have a feeling this is going to take at least another... I want to get this completed today, but I don't think it will. I think I would end up completing it possibly tomorrow when I pick up the stream again. What's this one? This is a faction quest. Ah, this is something else. Faithful to the Rizzo in our fashion. Okay. Hopefully you can actually hear the game sound this time, if it's loud enough for people without headphones.
What floor would you like to visit?
Oh, fuck it, oh, that's bright. But yes, I have been enjoying this DLC so far. I haven't come across any new weapons yet that I've been... Well, I have and I haven't. I've come across the science weapons and stuff like that. I don't even think I've got all the science weapons from the last DLC either. I need to go back and do that at some point. I need to do like a clean-up stream at some point for this character. But I have a bunch of stuff I need to do. I've got a few quests for Paralon Gorgon, and obviously I've got a bunch of side quests on here. Whether or not I actually get around to doing it, it's totally different. Okay, so we got to go speak to Cedric, which is up there. I may end up having to turn my headset down because of how loud this is probably going to be. I can't.
For me. First one. I'll show you happiness. I just want to be your friend.
Put out of happiness, trophy earned. Okay. Oh shit, did I even repair my weapons? That's a 90... Yeah, I did. I think the last time I was out and about I repaired them. These things still creep me the fuck out. Even though that one doesn't have that many things stuck... Oh wait, yeah it does. They're fucking everywhere. Okay. They still creep me out. I still think there's going to be something that I've got to do to basically save this place from crashing. Like once you accuse the murderer, there's going to be like one ditch attempt to escape, and he's going to like turn off the power to one of the sides or something. Or she, it could be a she. I have no idea. How much ammo do I have in my guns? Not a lot in that one. Got a decent amount in these. Wait, am I using 3 different types? That one's using light. That one's energy. That one's heavy. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's go speak to Cedric. I do highly recommend people play this game. The way I played it is I beat the game and then I went back a save before I went to rescue Phineas. and then I did Peril on Gorgon, and then I'm obviously now doing this DLC. I recommend doing it in that order, mainly because it kind of feels better. I still have a few side quests to do on this character when it comes to the main game anyway. I think I've got a bunch of side quests I haven't even picked up yet. But I definitely highly recommend playing this game.
I don't know what to make of Sublight Underground. Or Slug, I guess. I can't shake the feeling they had something to do with Ms. Helen's death.
Okay, I haven't spoke to either of these since I started, I don't think.
Bertie Holcomb couldn't have killed Miss Helen, right? Oh, I'm glad I ain't the only one feeling that way. He's got a good heart. He sounded like he was real fond of Miss Helen. I just can't see him hurting her like that. Poor guy. I can't imagine what he's going through right now. Oh boy.
I should be reading these, sorry.
Back in the veil. I'll tell you what I told everybody else. Black Hole Bertie Holcomb and I are not related. Probably.
I'm glad I could take you to see Planet I Can't Pronounce. How does it feel?
Breathtaking. Have you looked over the edge of the complex yet? Just watch the clouds turning? It's like an ocean without end.
It really is something.
ERIDANOS and Olympus are the two biggest planets in Halcyon. King and Queen of the sky. Looking out to the horizon, I get this feeling that we're in the company of royalty. ERIDANOS is 100 times the mass of Terra 2, 800 times the volume, 10 times the diameter. We're flying through the tiniest layer of habitable atmosphere. Sometimes I can't believe how small my world used to be. My horizons were about as wide as the walls of Edgewater.
And now look at you, on top of the world.
Yeah. We've come a long way.
Let's talk about something else.
Yeah? I mean, what do you need? Captain? Mr. Sir?
Why are you still nervous around me when we've been travelling for so long? Okay, we'll talk later. Where'd you go? Oh.
So it ain't the boyfriend after all. Color me shocked.
Let's talk about something else.
What's up?
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Never mind.
All right.
Okay. Okay, looks like you don't have much to say.
You got an appointment? Appointment?
Hello? I need to speak to Cedric.
Yeah, that's why you're here. Appointment?
Well, no, but I'd like to see Cedric regardless.
No appointment? No talking to Mr. Kincannon.
Can I make an appointment for right now?
Not entirely out of the question. Convince me.
Technically, if we were... No, that's persuade. I could put in a good word with Cedric about his incredibly helpful secretary.
Wouldn't mind a new bolter pistol. I've fired mine so many times, the tips nearly fell off. Let's give Mr. Kincannon a ring. Mr. Kincannon, got a person of interest here to see you. Think they've got business.
That sounds like our inspector. Please, send him up.
Okay. What is this? Oh. What a dickwad.
Why, if it isn't the inspector, I was hoping you'd swing by. Here for my alibi, I assume.
Ah, yes. Later. First, I want an explanation for the nonsense outside.
Another murder? Drunk Raptidons? Black Hole Birdie practicing his hacking in the middle of the street? Stop me if it's one of those, or I'll just keep guessing.
I had a run-in with... Okay, these are two are essentially the same, but they're not. But that one's in quotation, so... I had a run-in with some slug agents.
Sounds as though you've already sorted it out yourself.
How did thugs get their hands on slug gear?
Slug uniforms do seem to go missing from the hotel laundry with impressive regularity. Easy enough for someone to nick a few. Now ask yourself this. Why would anyone give thugs slug gear and send them after you?
Clearly, whoever's behind this wants to pit me against Slug.
Right again, Inspector. But I can't fathom who would benefit from tarnishing my reputation like that. Can you?
Presumably Lavarco. More than anyone, given your work relationship.
You said it, not me. So, as you've deduced, I did not send anyone from Slug after you, nor is it likely they assigned themselves that task. Still, I am sorry for the trouble, Inspector. With that settled, I assume you'll want to know where I was the night of Helen's murder.
Let's hear it.
Let's see. That night, I was... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine?
And where would I find Elliot Nasser to verify that?
An excellent question. I had his body dropped off the edge of the land complex. I'm not sure what happened to it from there, scientifically speaking. Maybe it dissolved? Ultimately, though, it doesn't matter. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people.
Then how am I supposed to trust anything you say? Actually, so your alibi is that you were busy murdering someone else.
Which, as I said, you should not trust. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but my motive. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune.
So Helen's death is a net loss for Slug?
I'm considering a line of commemorative merchandise. Still, that's nothing compared to what Helen would have made us in the long run. I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I have a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid.
Anything I should look into?
You may very well want to. This particular trouble strikes me as not unrelated to your investigation. Items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen's unfortunate death, and there have been more instances since. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter.
What's the connection to Helen's murder?
I'm not sure. I'm only confident there is one. That the thefts began mere days before Helen's untimely demise is an extraordinary coincidence. I'm not a man who believes in happenstance, Inspector. I do not trust it.
I guess I can't guarantee the theft isn't related to the murder.
I certainly wouldn't take that bet. Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads. Me, scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator.
I'll say this once. Whoever's behind this is going to jail, not to you.
You do recall, Inspector, that I'm not to be trusted? But certainly, whatever you say. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but should she refuse to cooperate, shoot her. No, I'm joking. If she won't cooperate, tell me and I will shoot her. And do feel free to search my office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account.
Before I get started...
Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
I have some questions about Helen. Oh wait, the constable is dead.
Constable Keene? Now that is a damn shame. Am I right to think this wasn't a workplace accident?
This were... Cedric, I have to ask, were you involved in her death?
No. I played no role in the good constable's death.
Lavardico sure thinks you're involved.
You're taking advice from Ludovico now, are you? Justice may be blind, Inspector, but its servants see the clues in front of them. You see them, I know, but Lou... Well, if the man had one more eye, he'd be a cyclops. Thank you for informing me of Constable Keene's passing. When you find her killer, please be certain to make them suffer.
Perception, you're actually upset about this.
We may have been on opposite sides of the law on occasion, but we were not enemies. Perhaps it will shock you to hear her loss saddens me. Maria was a decent soul, and law knows those are in short supply around here. A little square, perhaps, in her dedication to the rules, but good nonetheless. I'm also saddened to have lost an occasional drinking buddy. She was quite good at cards, you know.
I'm sorry, Constable Keene, she didn't deserve this.
No, she didn't. But let's discuss something else. Do you have other matters requiring my attention?
I have more questions about Helen.
Very well.
Did you have many dealings with Helen?
A few. Helen was strangely curious about the private business operations around ERIDANOS. She said it was role research, but how much business know-how does one actor truly need for an action picture? I also arranged to have Helen supplied with mag picks, bypass shunts, and other hacking tools. She wanted to buy in bulk.
Okay. That didn't strike you as suspicious?
That she bought in bulk? Not particularly. It takes time to learn to use tools like that deftly. I wonder, did she run out of time in the end?
You know more than you're telling me.
I might. I just might. Your point, Inspector?
It's not a good look for a murderer suspect.
Am I an official suspect, then? Intriguing. I'll look forward to how it all plays out. Be very careful, Inspector. I'd very much like to see you still around for the grand finale, whenever it comes, whatever shape it takes.
That sounded like a threat. If you didn't kill her, any idea on who would want her dead?
That is the question, isn't it, Inspector? Tell me, do you really believe Helen's death was a mere crime of passion? Or one of petty career jealousy?
I'm not willing to rule anything out yet.
A smart approach, Inspector. And yet, this murder is bigger than Miss Helen's personal life. Bigger than her latest moving picture.
You're saying there's something we're still missing?
Indeed. I suspect Helen arrived on ERIDANOS with grander plans than promoting Spectrum Brown. I knew I was right about you being clever, Inspector. I'm glad. Because whoever did kill Helen is not going to come forward so easily.
That's all I wanted to know.
One moment, if you please, Inspector. I've answered your questions. I believe it's my turn to ask you a question now. What, or who, made you decide to investigate me?
You're one of a planet I can't pronounce. Major players. Only makes sense.
Understandable. A man of my standing would naturally be tied up in all this, whether he wishes to be or not. Now then, did you need anything else?
Why does Levadico hate you so much anyway?
The original incident? Well, I made him an offer he should have refused.
And now he regrets doing business with you?
An excellent deduction, Inspector. Our combative relationship stems from paperwork, mundanely enough. Rizzo's contracted Sublight to construct the ERIDANOS atmospheric complex. Had Lou wanted Rizzo's to retain full control of ERIDANOS, he shouldn't have skimmed the revised contract I sent him. Lou's an administrator, for law's sake. I thought he would adore all the fine print I added.
That can't be right, can it?
My power grab, as Lou called it, planted the seed of hatred. And Lou, obsessed with what should have been, has made sure to water it daily with his bitterness and anger.
Nurturing a grudge is an ugly thing. You should make peace with him.
Alas, I can't. I am, first and foremost, the head of Slug, and it simply wouldn't be good for business. Slug's control of ERIDANOS is a crucial step in my long-term plans for Sublight. The board needs to see irrefutable proof we are a respectable, legitimate business.
Why do you care about... why do you care so much what the board thinks?
Because one day soon, Sublight will obtain a seat on it. Meanwhile, our dear administrator is still laser-focused on old slights, which can be a nuisance. He's grown increasingly desperate to catch Slug with our hand in the proverbial cookie jar as of late, convinced we're involved in less-than-legal business opportunities.
Which, of course, you are.
I wish I could wink, but it always looks like I have something caught in my eye.
Excuse me.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. A cursory fingerprint analysis shows this display case was recently opened or closed.
That gun at the bottom... Actually, wait. Analyze the fingerprints further.
The fingerprints belong to Cedric Kincannon.
Right, obviously. That gun on the bottom looks special. Has it been customized?
Confirmed. The grip has been modified for a specific wielder, most likely the rifle's owner. Additionally, the plasma rifle's sights appear to have been realigned to better accommodate a shooter with slight myopia in one eye.
Okay.
Admiring my rifle. Had it custom fitted by a woman on Monarch.
I wish I could customize this and have these things in my ship. That would be cool. Can I ask about the gun?
Inspector, to what do I owe the pleasure?
No.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This copy of TK contains 142 fewer pages than a standard copy. The missing pages were likely removed to create sufficient space for the hidden listening device inside.
Short-range transmission capabilities? The receiver must be somewhere nearby.
You figured that out just by looking at it? Huh. gotta talk shop one of these days.
Inspector, please consider speaking into the device in order to trace the transmission and reveal the receiver's location. Ominous threat transmitted. Transmission analysis complete.
I was supposed to read
While
that out.
the precise location of the receiver could not be pinpointed, it has been narrowed down to a smaller, approximate range.
How long has this been here?
Analysis inconclusive. However, there is a minor accumulation of dust particles present on the book's uppermost surface.
Examine the surrounding area.
The area within a 0.5-meter radius of the book possesses a dust coating comprised of at least twice the number of particles.
It's not very dusty then. Must have been placed fairly recently. Oh, actually, wild guess. The bug was planted roughly a week before Helen's death.
That is highly likely, Inspector.
Concluding examination.
What's that you found? No, wait. Don't tell me. Let's save it for the big reveal once you've solved the case.
Any more beep beep beep? No more beep beep beep? Oh man. But we're gonna go down there anyway, and apparently over there. Receiver location. Alright, let's go to the receiver location first. After I've beep 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 my way through this entire location. Okay, nothing else. Well, is there anything on his desk, like around here? No. Okay. So, that is the foreman. Let's go over to the receiver location and see what we can find.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Transmission endpoint discovered. The receiver in this book matches the transmitter to the listening device found in Cedric's office. It's somewhat grime-covered.
Ew. Any clues as who put it there?
Due to the high level of foot traffic in this area, this unit is unable to determine who placed the device.
Ew, how long has this been on the ground?
Based on the accumulated mix of sludge and detritus, the receiver has been present since approximately a week before Helen's death.
Take the receiver. Okay. This is where we found Bay. Okay, let's quickly save and then we'll head straight inside. It should be definitely interesting on who actually murdered Helen. Because I'm sure if you get it wrong, you don't get her gun. So I want to make sure I get it right because I really want Helen's gun. It's my style gun, so... The Needler.
Hi there. Sorry, this area is off limits to port vision. Oh, wait half a second. You're the inspector. Sorry about that. I'll buzz you right in.
Okay, thank you. I just want to sell some shit. Okay. Sell. Not that one. Sell. Sell. Oh, I saw Spectrum Brown. Fuck. Wait, that was something of mine. I don't use melee. And I don't use weapons that can take mods, so... I want my Spectrum Brown back. Yeah. You're walking around with your hammer, dude.
Hey, you think they keep any spare parts down here? Just wondering.
Probably.
Is Fight Night still on then?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Got 500 riding on Dr. Billy taking it all.
You bet on a sprat named Dr. Billy? What's he a doctor of?
Victory.
You're being absurd. Sprats can't earn doctorates.
Tell that to the good doctor. He does what he wants.
That's multiple years of study.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
No idea. All I know is going to...
Oh, it's you! A sprout of unusual size.
The biology of this sprat is highly unusual. This sprat has been in contact with multiple parasites, yet shows no symptoms of infection.
Medical. Sprats do have highly adaptive immune systems.
An excellent point, Inspector. The unique immunological subsystem found in sprats is advantageous in fending off parasites, pathogens, and other biological threats.
Nakoya, any idea what's going on with this sprat?
Sprats are hardy little shits. Their immune system fights off pretty much everything.
Why is this sprat so big?
A cursory analysis of this organism's anatomy suggests it was bred deliberately for its unusually large size.
What would anyone want with an unusually large sprat for?
Based on slug records of board-issued punitive sanctions against sublight salvage and shipping, this sprat is most likely intended for cage fighting.
Interesting.
Why is this hidden away? Gambling ain't illegal, right? If it is, that's a stupid law.
I think I picked up a unit. I did! What is this? Sometimes when the chips are down, all you can do is take a chance and go all in. Heavy weapon, special effects, stagger. Wow, that is powered. There you go. Your new weapon is way fucking tougher than the fucking thing I gave you. Alright, let's finish looking up around here before I head up there. However you head up there. It just started saving automatically. What?
Hey there, little buddy. Isn't she just the cutest?
To be honest, I find sprites quite cute, so... Even though they're essentially just rats. So there's nothing else around here? Okay, well, there could be something up there, but how do I get up? Oh, stairs, idiot. Look for the stairs! Fucking twat. Okay, okay, that doesn't open. No beepage happening?
I didn't even know they made Raptidon erotica.
No beepy beepy.
Maybe this N-ray warning
Okay. Let's head up there. Oh. That looks like a point of interest. I will look at that in a moment. There's a lot of loot. Examine. Prince of Hephaestus copper locket. This locket contains a small picture of a young, dashing woman. On the interior door of the locket, the following is inscribed. Even if we have to live out the rest of our lives in exile, you'll always be royalty to me. Okay.
You're the inspector, aren't you? Boss Kincannon said you'd be by about the cargo that's been going missing. Gosh, this is so neat. A real-life inspector. What's that like? Have you solved any mysteries yet? Ever had to shoot a suspect?
Why don't we focus on stopping the cargo thefts?
Right, of course. Just tell me how I can help.
What's the culprit been stealing?
That's the weird part. There's no pattern, far as I can tell. The thefts don't make sense. I ask you, who would steal a handful of Spacer's Choice Sabers, so dull they can barely cut mud, but leave the spectrum black? Ugh. Who'd be desperate enough to want to steal a Spacer's Choice Saber, full stop?
Sounds like a perps not fencing the stolen goods.
Yeah, probably not. No one's dumb enough to think Spacer's Choice Sabers are worth half a damn. Then there's the most recent theft. 5 boxes of pens and a couple of sodas. I can't decide which one's sadder.
I see what you mean about not being a pen.
Well, I'm no inspector. If there is one, I'm sure you'll find it.
Who accesses the cargo?
Everyone here at Freight Storage and Processing, for a start. Thing is, the cargo is going missing before the shipments even get to the warehouse. Best I can figure, it's probably getting lost in the shipping yard. As for who has access there, Benton Chan, he's the shipping yard manager. He told me it's mainly just the loading automechs that handle cargo.
Maybe there's a problem with the Automax? No. Could Benton have anything to do with it?
Nah, Benton's too lazy for crime. The extra work would kill him. Last time I asked him to check the automechs, the whole head told me he couldn't help because he was dead.
Is he dead?
Brain dead, maybe. But no. My point is that if you think the automechs are a lead, you'll have to check on them yourself. Hopefully, you're mechanically inclined.
Any idea why someone would want to bug Cedric's office?
Maybe they're keen on cashing out and want to go as painfully as possible. I don't know. Boss Kincannon's office is where he holds most of his meetings with important folks like Miss Helen. Just about all negotiations happen in his office too. Vendor pricing, major purchase orders, rentals for construction projects, you name it.
That's enough for now.
Oh, before I forget, I figured you might want to access my terminal, so I had a spare keycard made. It's all yours.
Anything on there I should know about?
Oh no, I forgot to delete all of those incriminating messages I sent about which cargo to steal. Nah, I do have a list of cargo that's gone missing though, if that helps any.
Oh, you're so fucking annoying. Alright, insert terminal for the app. Incoming. Be trying to happen again. Pens, soda. I'll never understand where you get the energy to take care of this shit. I don't know what to tell you. Pretty much the only one that handles any cargo are the automechs. You can come look at them if you want, but even I have better things to do than help you exact justice on a void demand pen thief. Okay. Okay. Oh, missing cargo list. 8 boxes of blueberry punch, 2 boxes of pens blue, 16 pallets of cow milk, 30 small portrait images, Woolrich, okay. Add shipping instructions, handle with care. Lord, would I like to fold these in half. 3 Mark 7 cranial protectors, 7 sets protective clothing with safety harnesses, 2 cases lemon slap, 10 spacious choice sabers, 25 casings of blasting agent, 3 boxes of dark matter bars, 4 cases of nanospank. My best guess for all this could potentially be something that they're using components of each to make something. But now, I want to go see what's in there. So just because if I fuck this up, I'm going to save. Because I am technically trespassing. No doubt there's probably some timeline shit in there, so I want to have a look. This is a long ass loading screen. So this is a restricted area. And I didn't get the Supply Underground ID thing.
Keep him quiet, Cap.
Can I get over here without that fucker seeing me? I might be able to get up there. Ah, it seems to be fine up here.
That's a lot of containers. Is this just a distribution center, or do you think they're planning something?
Okay, before I can heavily look in that place, I need to get the ID thing.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Inspector, this loading automechanical's programming does not match factory default settings. The standard defensive protocol has been modified to include an additional trigger.
Define standard defensive protocol.
For Type K-19 cargo transport automechanicals, defensive protocol is triggered by attempted interference with cargo, or its transportation, or attempted destruction of the unit. Once triggered, defensive protocol targets the perpetrator and applies lethal force until the target has been deceased for a minimum of 3 minutes.
Identify the new trigger.
There is a directive in place to initiate defensive protocol should an unsanctioned data log installed in this automechanical be removed.
Scan for signs of scan for signs of unusual behavior.
Slug automechanical maintenance records indicate this particular unit is frequently reported as out of position or missing for periods of time.
Let's have a look inside this automech.
Loading automechanical unit K-14 is fully operational at 99% power. Please designate the cargo to be transported and its destination. How can this automechanical assist you?
Pavai, you think you could disable this failsafe?
You got it, Cap.
Failsafe successfully disabled. Kill mode deactivated.
View most recently added data log.
Ejecting data log 17C.
View most recently added data log. Looks like the Ormec has instructions to skim random cargo every 1 to 4 days. There's also an instruction to steal specific package shipment. What was the shipment 6875?
Apologies. This unit does not have access to cargo inventory lists.
Conclude investigation.
Unit entering standby mode. Have a nice day.
Okay, so we found out that it was a robot doing it, but it was someone causing it.
Inspector, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I solved your cargo skimming issue.
Ooh, I love this part. The big reveal. So tell me, what happened?
You've got a serious security problem.
What makes you say that?
Somebody bypassed the loading mech security system and rewired them to skim random goods.
Damn, you're good. Hacking the automechs. So that was our skimmer's game. But why? Everything that was stolen has seemed random. I certainly see no pattern.
The culprit didn't want you to. It was a cover-up.
A cover-up. I see. The random theft was a smokescreen to hide what the culprit really wanted. I must say, Inspector, you've done excellent work on this case. Then that just leaves how the culprit knew where their true target would be, or indeed, that slug would soon possess it.
Hand over the receiver. I found this.
Am I right to think what you found in my office earlier was the other half of this listening device?
Sure was, and whoever this device belongs to, that's our culprit.
Not quite, Inspector. That listening device belongs to me. I lent it to Halcyon Helen to assist her with role research.
And she used it to research slug shipments instead.
Unbelievable. I helped her. Gave her whatever she needed. I thought we were doing each other a good turn.
I doubt it was personal.
This is a betrayal, Inspector. I do not take betrayal lightly. Helen should consider herself very lucky indeed that she is already among the dead. And that some other bastard beat me to putting her in the ground.
Seems we found your motive, Cedric.
Yes, I suppose we have. There is, however, a slight chronological incongruency to it. I now have a motive to kill Halcyon Helen, but Halcyon Helen is already dead. If I'd known Helen was stealing from me, I may very well have killed her, or had her killed. Alas, I did not.
Or maybe you did know and this is all a show for my benefit.
Oh, that is good, Inspector. Now you are thinking in the manner you must if you intend to get to the bottom of this mess. I wish you luck with your investigation, though I doubt you'll need it. You'll find Helen's murderer. I'm confident of that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must find a way to excise my anger that minimally damages my business empire. I expect it will involve shooting quite a lot of guns.
Oh, this shit just keeps getting more and more confusing. Okay, he is my prime suspect right now. I have the motive. I just don't know if he has the needler. If he has whoever has the gun, technically, has the higher chance of being the murderer. But I haven't found anyone who has the needler yet. So this could still be a pain in the ass. Fucking Christ. Alright, let's go report to what's-his-face. Once we're basically done with him, we've only got one other suspect to look at. And that's the person that Helen was pissing off before. I think that's the first suspect we even got. That I never looked at. Oh, loading. I did this in the last stream.
Rizzo's mock apple cider.
I don't care.
Incoming!
Yep, fucking knew that was gonna happen.
I just wanted to make you smile. Mess with us.
I don't need friends, thank you. I have an entire fucking crew that I can depend on. Don't need any more, thank you. I do want to get rid of fucking Vic and Max, though. Well, in this playthrough, I kind of made him a bit more honourable.
The brochure never mentioned anything about Wasp Peter.
What floor would you like to visit?
Penthouse.
Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
Alright, anything changed in here? Anything going on? No, zilch, nada, nothing? Okay. Excuse me.
Inspector?
I looked into Cedric.
Closely, I trust. Tell me what you found.
Cedric's a slippery guy. I didn't find much to build a case.
That doesn't surprise me. Cedric practically stole his way to ERIDANOS. He'll do everything in his power to keep you off his trail. With that in mind, do you think Cedric was responsible for Helen's death?
He was torturing a guy at the time of Helen's death. I can't see past that alibi. Helen was making money for Cedric. I doubt he has the motive for killing her.
No motive. That's
now has motive.
Because it's exactly the conclusion he'd want us to make. Unfortunately, even I don't have the authority to detain Cedric. His line of work is dangerous, though. There's always a chance for an accident.
Sorry to disappoint you, Lovardico. He's alive and well.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I've already lost Dr. Blossom and Constable Keene, but at least Cedric's alive. The universe is a just place.
I'll be back. We only have one other person that we can go talk to. Oh, that's not how you get into the inventory. Journal. The productivity queen.
What floor would you like to visit?
I don't know where to go for this one. Let's exit the grounds. Let's see if it's back in the hotel, then we'll go speak to whoever's in the hotel. But I have a feeling she's got her own island or mansion, at least. The thing is, I honestly don't know. Okay, if Cedric is telling the truth, if he's telling the truth, he now has the motive. But if he didn't know about it before, then okay, like I thought. If he didn't have the motive before, and he does have an alibi, but I can't exactly confirm it. But I don't think he would actually turn around and say he was murdering someone at the time. He's been pretty forthcoming about like what he would do. So I guess I have to take that. But I don't know how... I wonder if there's anything up here.
Anyone else want to camp out in that hunting reserve instead of staying in the penthouse?
Wait, that's a hunting reserve?
Just me? Alright.
It really is stunning.
Alright, how do we get there?
Told you, didn't I? The view's fit to
Okay, so we gotta go down there and round. Okay. Excuse me. Anything to look at in here? No. No. No timeline discrepancies stuff. I don't even want to know what this is for. What's this? blue water coloring. Okay. That's been crossed out. So that's all set to 333. I ain't even gonna fuck with that until I know what it is, so for now that's fine. I should really go to my ship at some point and drop off all this stuff, but I'm pretty good on weight. Let's break this down. Hold the break down. Hold the break down. I'm keeping all the unique items, obviously. Okay, I haven't picked up anything else. Okay, so we have been there before. That's literally the last island we haven't been to. Which I have a feeling we're going to get attacked a lot, so, boom. And I am getting low on this ammo, so I need to watch what I use. I saw a crate here. Did I pick it up already? Yeah. Ah, fuck. Can you knock them all down, please? I'm gonna quickly repair all my gear. I could make them more powerful. Doesn't know, but it is going to be fucking expensive if I do that. I'll do one more. I want up to 10. 10, please. Thank you. Oh god, I just spent a shit ton. Alright, let's repair. Repair all equipped. Yup. Alright, let's save. I just spent so much fucking bits. It's unreal. Wow. Oh, there's something on the middle of the road. Or path. Timeline description, see by any chance? Wait. That was a claw mark. That was a claw... What the fuck am I getting myself into? Oh, that's just gonna be interesting. You are a big boy! Oh, well, there's bellhop. Well, a bellhop, should I say.
Nice.
Thank you. Oh, so this is the cage that they were in, I'm guessing. Where's the passcode for something? Is there a terminal nearby? Not one that I can see. Oh, it's already down. I do not want to know what was in there. Oh, look at all this. I will take everything. Gimme. Well, someone stood there, so if we quickly save, just in case. No, my dumb ass, I'm probably going to die somehow. I don't think I die all that much on this game, to be completely honest. I think I'm pretty careful. Okay, you're a tourist. So there are people
inside,
here.
Captain. Don't worry, I got your back.
I'm switching back to sniper. You sound really fucking weird, dude. Fast travel, legal hunting supplies. Okay.
Ask you something. Who in the hell is Gunter? Call me Hunter. Come on.
Oh, right. Hunter, have you seen a little mechanical wandering through here? Might have been wearing my hat.
I can't say I have. I can sell you a new hat if you want. Or some fine, legally obtained hunting supplies. You could go get that mechanical thief yourself.
She's not a thief. She's lost. I just want her back. Oh, hey there, stranger. Don't mean to interrupt your business, but have you seen a stray mechanical wandering about?
No, I don't think I have, sorry.
Oh, that's not good. I hope she hasn't gotten herself into any trouble.
I overheard a conversation earlier. You want to explain exactly what's going on?
Seems I'm running my mouth too much. My mechanical Betty up and wandered away a couple days back. I've been trying to track her, but the beasts make it hard. Personally, I prefer my organs inside my body. The shopkeep says I should buy one of his rifles and go looking myself, but like my machine, I'm not combat inclined.
We can help her out, right? Won't take too long if we're on the job.
I know it's a pain, but I think I need some outside help. Job or no job, I'm not leaving Betty out in the wastes.
I'll keep my eye out for any suspicious mechanicals.
Hey, thanks so much. It would have been mighty lonely without her. Being unemployed, I mean. Be lonely being unemployed. If you find Betty, try sneaking up and hacking her. If you can't do that, finding a way to stop her current routines should send her back home.
Okay, new quest.
Welcome to
What are you
Hunter
saying?
Legal's
Selling.
Legal Hunter Supplies. I am Hunter Legal. How might I help you today?
God, you sound robotic. I'm investigating the murder of Halcyon Helen. Have you seen or heard anything unusual lately?
Unusual? This whole land complex is a failed wildlife exhibition turned hunting reserve. You can't go 10 feet without stepping in unusual. But I reckon you're asking about people unusual. I'd go have a chat with the prophet of profitability. Maybe she can intuit you in the right direction or something. But she is mighty far in the depths of the reserve. Perhaps you should purchase one of my fine armaments for the journey.
Let's see what he's selling.
Hunter supplies. Get your hunter supplies.
Shovel. Okay. So, hunter supply wise, you haven't got much of anything. Well, I got anything I can sell? Okay. I'm hearing a lot of cows. Alright, let's have a look at the map real quick. Good God. Where are we? I can't, there's so much in this map, I don't know. Oh no, this is... Wait a fucking minute. Where are we? Okay, this must be... No, that's the quest. I'm down here, I guess? Or am I up here? Ah, fuck it. I wonder what I'm going to have to fight. Probably something big and angry, most likely. Oh, I love these things. They're like weird slug snakes. They're awesome. Harmless though. Oh look, Koenigs. Koenigs even. Mega Koenig? Koenig? Not Koenig. And one in the noggin.
Don't mess with us.
Oh! You dead, sucker. There, dude.
Oh, hey, Candy Canyon! I know this place. It's where they did Free Range Fixer.
Free range what, sir? That sounds very pleasant.
Fun. To shreds, you say?
This place is a hellhole. Why would someone want to live here? The fuck is this place? Ugh. Now let's hope this person basically admits to it, because I'm fucking clueless. I've only got, to be honest, he's not really a suspect. He is and he isn't. That's the only person I can really... The only other person I can think of that I haven't actually full on investigated is the guy running the show. Wow, this place looks like shit.
If this is a cult, who am I kidding? It's a cult. Hold your judgment until you meet him. Some of my best friends were from Graham's camp.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Is it below me? No.
Analysis suggests this to be a variety of herbs. Herbs have been uniformly treated with a pungent chemical mix. Warning: ingesting, smoking, or inserting non-corporation sanctioned substances into your ears may be harmful to your health.
Medic, burning these would generate some pretty toxic smoke.
Side effects from extended exposure include dizziness, nausea, and unconsciousness. Additional likelihood of organ shutdown and/or death.
How would these most likely be used?
Prior analysis suggests these herbs reach peak effectiveness when users burn them and inhale the resulting smoke. Whether or not this increased effectiveness is good for an afflicted individual has yet to be determined.
Can you analyze the chemical these herbs are treated with?
Analyzing. Complete. Substance appears to be a mix of industrial solvents and various essential oils. Substances include woolly cow dander remover, sprat oil, and starship surface wax.
Taste the herb. Fuck it, why not? Though the dry herbs are difficult to chew, the flavour is less bitter than you would have expected. It's woodsy, like tropical, with a singed aftertaste. It's actually slightly better tasting than your average can of saltina, though moist.
Hypothesizing potential side effects from herb consumption. Most likely outcome, decapitation. Slight possibility of calculation error.
Alright, make a note of it and let's move on. Anything else anywhere? What's this?
Fruitful and productive welcome, brother. I had a feeling you would visit me. I offer a wide variety of productivity seminars. I hope you'll consider taking one. But I should remember my manners. To what do I owe the pleasure of the Special Inspector's arrival?
I'm looking into the murder of Halcyon Helen. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Certainly, certainly. But first, I'd love to interest you in one of my productivity seminars. We'll free you of those potential hampering humors in a heartbeat.
Didn't Halcyon Helen say you were a hack? Yeah, you were a hack.
Absolutely not. Any statements by Ms. Helen about us were blown out of proportion and altered by the media. In fact, she quite recently... excuse me. I seem to be remembering something that never happened. Whatever the case, I'm sure her speech about us was all a misunderstanding. With that said, I'd love to involve you in
I'm
one
good.
of my productivity seminars. We should clear you of all those nasty, nasty humors hampering your potential.
Sorry, Prophet, I don't think I can spare the time. I've got a murder to look into.
Yes, I understand the pressure of one's employment all too well. We've lately been looking into more ways to bolster the retreat stock of bits. But you needn't worry about how this little conversation is affecting my livelihood, brother. Please, take your time. I'm delighted to extend my desire to aid you, brother. How might I assist?
I'm going to ask you some questions about Halcyon Helen. Please answer truthfully.
Oh? I'm surprised. I wouldn't think the two of us would have much to discuss about her. We may have had some terse interactions before her death, which I most certainly regret. But beyond those, well, never mind. What would you care to know?
You and Hellion, okay. You and Hellion didn't get along, I hear.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. The media tends to exaggerate. I will admit that her remarks about my seminars were rather unfortunate. However, I certainly wouldn't sharpen any sabers over it, if that's what you mean to imply. I only do that when my clients skimp on their bills.
Did you contact Helen after you left the Grand Colonial?
I did not. She had no interest in my seminars, and I had no interest in attempting to convert a stubborn actress. Why would I have had any cause to engage with her further?
Where were you at the time of Helen's murder?
Why, I've been at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve for quite some time now, as my disciples can attest. In fact, I haven't visited the Colonials since I arrived several weeks ago. Bad energies, you understand.
Let's talk about something else.
I hope you now realize that I had nothing to do with Helen's demise.
You got some interesting herbs in here.
I'm pleased that you noticed. Excellent eye, brother.
I ain't your brother.
The compound they're treated with is my own invention, designed to unlock an individual's true productive potential when burned. I can't say any more. Trade secrets, you know.
They seem toxic. Toxic enough to potentially kill someone.
None of my clients have ever complained, so I'm sure they're perfectly safe. Is there anything else?
No, that's all for now. Oh, terminal. I'll talk to you in a second. I want the terminal. Terminal. View messages. You devoted 10 days. Oh. I've talked with my agent and they've told me that what I said about your seminar, Ari, not taking them, actually lost you about 30% of your revenue for the next 3 months, with future losses projected. When I said I wasn't much interested in attending, I didn't realise that I'd hit you quite as hard as it did. Guess that's the price of stardom. Everyone listens to a little extra to everything you said. I'm hoping you've got space that I might be able to attend one of your sessions today as a means of apology. I know that notice is short, but I'm hoping you can fit me in without too much inconvenience. Wanted to ask Mr. Herbs. I sent you has worked out. I was skeptical at first, but using them for meditation purposes. But what do I know about productivity? That said, be sure to remember what I told you. Don't cut the herbs. I can't pronounce that. Hampers the texture. Don't leave them out in the sun. And for the law's sake, make sure you keep the smoke doses small. Last thing you want to is actually send someone into a coma, or worse, kill them. The other attendees of tripling profits through transcendentalism, and I have reconvened, and we're all in agreement. Your seminars are simply top notch. We've seen a 0.5% increase in each of our businesses in total profit since we attended your seminar together. Of course, with the price of material, shipping, and other costs involved, it boils down to more of a 0.1% increase. But an increase is an increase. If you ever decide to visit the Grand Colonial, you simply must let us purchase you a round of drinks. Thank you. We certainly have the bits for it. Okay.
Hello. Welcome to the Prophet of Profitability's Private Prosperity Retreat. Stay positive, and soon all your humors will be balanced. Least, that's what I keep telling myself. Anyway, I'm Aaliyah Mason. I work as the Prophet's right-hand woman. What can I do for you?
I was hired to look into Halcyon Helen's murder. I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Oh my. Yes, this is important enough for me to delay my bi-hourly self-flagellation. Ask away.
The Prophet had some kind of feud with Halcyon Helen, right?
Yes, the circumstances there are quite unfortunate. For a time, the Prophet was completely despondent. Even the hot coal walks weren't buoying her spirits as they usually do. However, we recently had a high-profile visitor whose presence seemed to alleviate whatever the Prophet's fears were.
Who was that? Oh wait, Spencer Woolrich.
Oh, you must have misheard me. I said high profile, not had profile. Mr. Woolrich comes by much too often to be worth mentioning.
Have you noticed any unusual behavior in the retreat lately?
Well, by and large, no. But something rather odd did happen regarding the Prophet recently. A few hours after our high-profile visitor arrived a couple of days ago, the Prophet asked me to take over sessions for the remainder of the day. At first, I was excited. Thought it was my chance to show her what I could do in charge. But then I saw that she was deeply worried about something. No one saw her until the next day. Yes, the circumstances there. However...
Who was it?
I'm actually not entirely certain. It was a surreptitious visit that stood out because it was surreptitious. Whoever it was must have paid the Prophet quite a lot to keep things quiet. At least that's the only reason I can think of for intentionally keeping things so hush-hush.
Okay. Where were you the time of the murder?
I was here, at the retreat in the company of the other disciples and clients. I rarely have more than a few minutes of alone time. Which is fine, of course. I do what I do in the service of the Prophet. Who will, I'm sure, reward me for my sacrifice. Eventually.
That's all for now.
Certainly.
Positivity Disciple, you sound a little less than enthusiast.
Oh, terribly sorry if I gave you that impression. I had a cramp. It's better now. I mean, it might be nice if I had a little inclination of whether the Prophet appreciated all the cooking and cleaning and hours of meditation I do on a daily basis. But whatever she thinks isn't for me to question. I'll do my best to be more chipper.
What can you tell me about the retreat?
If you felt imbalanced and unproductive, linger in your malaise no longer. We have all the amenities and practices for calming the ill humor strangling your potential. Sit for hours in our sweat house and sweat them out, or stand amidst burning coals and feel your productive inhibitions burn away. And remember, think positive. Positivity equals productivity equals profitability.
Do you know the Prophet well?
Of course. I've been studying under her for years. I know each of her techniques more or less by heart. and even have some variations of my own, such as the quintuple daily stomach purges. She's promised me that I'd be allowed to open my own branch of the retreat someday soon. Of course, I've been waiting on someday soon for coming up on 4 years now. I'm sure it's gonna happen anytime now.
Goodbye.
Actually, before you go, I want to report something suspicious. I noticed the Prophet's dragging something, a bundle, away from the retreat after that high-profile guest arrived. Normally, I'm the one who does her laundry, so it was strange. Especially because whatever she was dragging seemed oddly human-shaped.
You sure it was a body?
I think so. Had the right size and shape.
Couldn't you have brought this information forward a little earlier?
I could have, but I generally don't have the time or energy to leave the reserve to contact anyone. Plus, there's always the possibility that I'm mistaken. The Prophet hasn't been herself lately, but if I misinterpreted the situation and reported her improperly, I'd ruin my chances for opening my own wing of the retreat.
I'll look into it. So, by the looks of things, the high profile was Halcyon Helen, because from the message on the terminal, Halcyon Helen, as an apology, was going to come to one of her sessions, so she probably wanted it to be kept under wraps. Which will probably explain why whatever they spoke about or did made whatever her name is go off for a day and just basically do whatever she was doing. Why she was dragging a bundle that looked like a body, I guess, for some reason, I have no fucking idea. I haven't got an explanation for that one.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
A semi-recent set of tracks in the dirt stands out from dead leaves. Those made by passing creature.
Identifying human footprints leading out into the wilderness. It is unusual for productivity disciples to wander more than a few feet from the camp.
They aren't mine, are they? Wait, are they Helen's?
Scanning. No. Helen's distinctive shoe size not found. Judging by footprint depressions and shoe size, these prints were either made by the Prophet of Profitability or Adjutant Sophia Akande. Error. Recalibrating. These footprints were made by the Prophet of Profitability.
Okay, so...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
She took a really weird way to walk.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Yeah, no, the footprints. Don't need to analyze every fucking footstep.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Judging by the shape of this indentation in the dirt, a person of medium height and build laid here for a number of hours. Scanning for other details. Only additional signs of disturbance are a few marks in the dirt.
Am I imagining things, or does it seem like whoever was dumped here got up?
No sign of struggle or evidence of wildlife consumption of body. Suspected likelihood of user correctness, 86%.
Could be this was specifically set up to throw us off the trail. Let's be careful. Yeah, fucking no. All it is feet. I don't think the side quests have anything to do with it. as far as I'm aware, I think it's all just like the main side of things. I think the side quests is just to basically just help other residents out doing tasks. And if that's the case, I might do a stream when it comes to it. I have no idea. Or I'll cover it in the, if I decide to do the stream, I'll cover it in the stream of me just tying up loose ends. But I know I'm going to cover it anyway with my walkthrough. Because I'll be doing, like, I will be doing every single quest in the game that I can, that is.
Welcome back, brother.
Ain't you, brother?
I'm delighted to extend my desire to aid you, brother. How might I assist?
I followed your trail where you dumped something in the wilderness.
Oh, really? What did you find there? What did I dump?
There was something there, but its proportion by its proportions, I say a body.
That all sounds like hearsay, brother. Perhaps your humors are off balance and confusing your sense of justice. Perhaps you could use a seminar.
I'm good. Someone said they saw you dragging a human-shaped lump into your yurt.
Who said that? I'll be sure to give them a special seminar on not needlessly implicating the person who puts food on their table. It was a bundle of clothing, brother. Even productivity geniuses need to do laundry from time to time.
The quicker I get the truth, the faster I can leave you alone.
Yes. I suppose the more quickly we get off this subject, the better. I had a visitor, yes. But as it turned out, some of my productivity techniques were too much for them. I had to drag them out by hand. But their peers came and collected them shortly thereafter. I'm sure whichever attendee it was is perfectly safe now.
You said you had no further interactions with Helen before her death, right?
Yes, that's correct. She made it clear that my seminars were of no interest to her.
Really? So no messages from her or anything like that?
Your tone of voice seems to suggest that you have information already. Which also suggests you've read my terminal. Clever work, Inspector. It seems even I can't slide my way out of the trap you've so intricately weaved. I admit it. I killed Helen. By mistake.
Wait, what?
Helen changed her mind and wanted to attend one of my sessions. I, knowing the importance of the seminar, desired to truly galvanize her. Though not to stop her heart. So when it came time, I chose to double Helen's dosage of productivity-enhancing herbs. I left her to meditate, and when I returned, she was dead. After that, I entered a less than coherent state. One of my disciples, it seems, witnessed me as I dragged Helen's body out into the wilderness.
The wilderness? You didn't dump the body at the Grand Colonial?
Do you jest? The guests at the Colonial eat no shortage of strange things, but I think corpses are perhaps too strange. The creatures of the wilderness are much less picky. Besides, the hotel is ridiculously far. I couldn't have made it all that way without someone realizing I was dragging a corpse.
You sure Helen was dead?
I'm no medical professional, but that certainly seemed the case. Usually my customers at least writhe or mumble after a session. My productivity-enhancing herbs typically do induce sluggishness, but I suppose they must have been enough to do her in, if her constitution was truly that weak.
Actually, I don't think you killed anybody. Certainly not Helen.
What? Is this some kind of joke? You're an inspector. It's your job to arrest me, isn't it?
Helen's body was found at the Grand Colonial. She was killed there.
I don't believe you. I think this is all a trick. You're trying to catch me in a lie. Get me to reveal my productivity secrets.
Look, if Helen's body wasn't where you left it, she must have awakened and walked away.
No. Someone must have moved it after I killed her. One of my business rivals, waiting for me to fall into a false sense of security so they can strike.
That's also possible. The only thing you've done is completely negligible. Whatever that word is.
No. You can't trick me. I finally discovered what's happening. You've been paid off. Someone else learned that I killed Helen and is going to use that information to blackmail me. You
God, you're
think
paranoid.
I'm going to let this injustice happen? Ha! Tell the constable that I killed Helen. It's 1,000 times less miserable than whatever my enemies have planned.
The constable's dead, but I guess if you want to be imprisoned, I can apply. No. I don't fucking know. I can't figure you out. I'll think about whether or not you should be arrested.
I can't say I'm pleased by being kept in the dark. I hope you'll come to your senses sooner rather than later, and have me arrested.
I'm fucking confused. There's no one else I have that's a suspect. I've got two people that could potentially have done it. But if... Oh, fucking my life. Okay, she believes that she killed Helen by basically overdosing her on basically weed. But Helen, it's either Helen got up and walked away, and that's what apparently the signs look like, or someone picked her up, moved her, shot her, and left her. I'm not walking all the way back. Can I please just... Fuck! Whatever. I'll go there. It's the only place I can click. So, I honestly don't... She admits to killing her, but she only believes she killed her because of the drugs. So, it can't... Potentially, she could be lying. Yes, everyone is a suspect. She has the motive. I don't know if she has the means, because I haven't found anyone who is in possession of the Needler, which is the gun that currently Helen is holding in the loading screen, or anything else. So I'm confused on whether or not the Prophet killed her. Oh, good God, this is irritating.
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
I'm good. This is getting so fucking confusing. Because I don't think the Prophet is going out her way to kill other people. as well, because I've had 2 other murders with the same gun. I don't think it's a profit, in all honesty. I don't. In all honesty, I think my money's leaning on more on Levadico. But because I haven't investigated him, I have no evidence. I don't know.
What floor would you like to visit? Next
Penthouse.
stop, the finest seat in the house.
Unless I'm going to have a final suspect just thrown at me like, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this guy or person that you need to go investigate them. So nothing else is happening here, nothing else. Let's have a look at the board. Oh, this is, okay. Examine your suspects. Who would you have? Who could have killed Helen? What are their motives? Okay. Bertie, I don't think did it, but his motive, the hack attack, Bertie was dating Helen at the time of her death. Could the hot-headed hacker be a cold-blooded killer? Examine the broken tossball stick. A ruined tossball stick snapped in half. Were they arguing? Did Bertie lose control of his temper? Consider other suspects. I don't think it's Spencer. It wasn't the mascot. Actually, wait. Okay. Evidence-wise, evidence-wise, there's only 2 people that have multiple bits of evidence. There's only 2 pieces. Which is what's his face? Fucking Christ. But the mascot technically was. I would have found the Needler on them though, wouldn't I? And if he was killed by the Needler, and if those 2 are connected, it could be a 2-man job. I don't fucking know. My brain doesn't work this way.
Inspector?
I finished my investigation into Jasmine Levy, the prophet of profitability.
Ms. Leva earned that title, but not for the reasons you'd expect. The profit business has been profitable for the hotel. Not so much for Ms. Leva's followers. So, tell me, what did you find?
She really wants to be arrested.
She wants to be arrested? That's not the kind of behavior I expect from a suspect. Perhaps she's carrying a guilty conscience. Does the Prophet strike you as a reasonable candidate for Helen's murderer?
I don't think she did. I'm still considering my options, but no, I doubt she did it.
I'll bear that in mind. Thank you for the update, Inspector. I'll include everything you've told me in my official report.
I don't... I have to... Oh, God. Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus, I have to make a decision now. I have no other suspects. These are my suspects. Ah, fuck's sake. I don't know. It could have been Bertie. It could have been the mascot. Oh, fuck my life. The mascot was terrified, but not... I don't want to accuse the wrong person. The only two people that give me dickhead vibes is the actor and Cedric. The Prophet, yes, I don't believe it's her. I honestly think it's Cedric. I technically don't have the means, so I haven't seen the Needler, but he knows his weapons. He has access to the outfits that were sent to the gang, I guess, that tried to kill me. He has the supplies in order to be able to hack stuff. He's not exactly trustworthy. He has a temper. Bertie's an idiot, and he has a temper, but I don't think it's him. I don't think it's Bertie. I don't think it's the actor either, mainly because I believe he was legit just trying to get her out of the picture so he could take over of the unveiling, not to kill her, just to make her fucking basically incapacitated for a few hours so he would be chosen to do it. The mascot was obviously was working with Bertie to find. He must have fucking scared the shit out of the mascot in order to go look for the hollow thing. But with Cedric, the only thing that contradicts everything is she was making him money. But she was investigating him. The only other person I could think it could potentially be is Levadico, but I can't investigate him. At least I haven't had the option to yet. So I'm going to save here, just in case if there is an option to investigate Levadico. Or if I get this wrong.
Inspector, I've been waiting for this. Tell me, Inspector, who killed Halcyon Helm?
Cedric. Your old nemesis, Cedric.
Oh, thank you, merciful architect. I mean, yes, I understand. You're saying Cedric Kincannon killed Halcyon Helen. What makes you so sure?
He sent Helen a threatening message, said he knew what she was up to.
That sounds exactly like Cedric. If he has an advantage over you, he'll wave it in your face before stabbing you with it. Trust me, I know. You realize what's happening here. Cedric doesn't believe you can demonstrate his guilt. He's been goading you. But you're going to prove him wrong.
I don't think he would do it himself. He knew Helen was stealing from him, had her killed, then arranged the crime scene. Doesn't look like there was any other footprints, so that couldn't have been it. He was busy at the time of Helen's death. I think he ordered her crossed off.
An interesting point, Inspector. If that were the case, the murderer wouldn't be Cedric, but the individual he ordered to kill Helen. However, because Cedric insists on running Slug like a legitimate company, any Slug operative is by definition company property. I'm getting ahead of myself. You say Cedric ordered her killed. Tell me how it happened.
I found the murder weapon, a plasma rifle Cedric kept on display.
Well done, Inspector. I knew Cedric could never resist the chance to show off the weapon that killed Halcyon Helen. It's clear to me that Cedric Kincannon murdered Halcyon Helen. I'll have him reported to UDL within the hour.
I forgot about that. She was shot with a plasma weapon. It's pretty obvious you wanted me to pin this murder on Cedric.
No one's framing Cedric for anything. He's obviously the murderer. Is there a reason you're trying to undermine your own accusation?
I trust my instincts.
Your instincts are failing you at the moment, Inspector. We're finished here. ERIDANOS will return to its rightful owner, and Cedric Kincannon will spend the rest of his days rotting in Tartarus. Wait, don't move a muscle. Someone's just tripped my alarm. And my security defenses. And killed my patrols. The distillery is under attack. Someone's after me, Inspector. I need you over here right now.
I figured this would be happening. Someone's trying to kill you? Well, shit, don't let me get in their way. Okay, I'll be right over.
Now, Inspector.
Working on it.
Damn it, someone's interfering with my transmission. Can you read the...
Okay. Alright, let's go.
What floor would you like to visit?
Oh, I hope I'm right. Exit the Grand Colonial. I really hope I'm right. But if it isn't Cedric, I don't know who the fuck it could be. In all honesty, I don't know. I have a feeling I'm going to get fucking... I'm going to get put on my ass if this isn't Cedric, in all honesty. I have a feeling it's someone I'm not going to suspect. Why do I get the feeling it's going to be actually Bertie? Wait, no, he's in prison. But he's in jail currently. So it couldn't have been him. I put him in jail pretty early on. Mainly for his own safety. No, I didn't. I didn't put him in jail. I put Spencer in jail. I put Bertie... I told Bertie to go to... what's it called? The Grand Colonial, basically to stay out of trouble. I am going to be so pissed if this is Bertie. I had faith that he didn't do it. I don't think it's Bertie. I still don't think it's Bertie, and I'm going to say that until I get proven wrong. Oh, fuck me. I'm good, don't need smiling. Got a murderer to catch.
Gosh, it's actually kind of cheerful. Almost makes you forget they're probably hiding a terrible secret in there.
Incoming!
I'm good, we're not smiling, thank you. Alright, 7 again. I knew something was going to happen at the end. Time to find out who is actually behind all this. I'm going to laugh if it's Vadico. Mainly, Levadico even. Mainly because if something's going on and he basically panicked and said for us to come over, he could be trying to get rid of us. Rid of us, me and my team. Basically to cover up the rest. But if my character doesn't think it's him, then he should be fine. I haven't investigated him, and in all honesty, I don't see any evidence of it being him, but he did say it was probably someone within the company. Wait, what?
feeling you'd catch up to me sooner or later, Inspector.
Wait,
I was just
what?
hoping you'd find me standing over the administrator's corpse.
What in law's name? Halcyon Helen, how are you still alive?
Oh, is that Ludovico I hear? Perfect. I'm so glad he's still in the building. Would you mind letting him know I'm about to blow his whole operation to flinders?
That's a fair question. How? No, that's a fair question. You want to explain how you're still alive?
Brace yourself, Inspector. You're about to learn the biggest secret in the vaporwave industry. Halcyon
Double.
Helen was never one person. I shared this role with my twin sister, Belinda.
That must have been her sister in the ballroom. I can't imagine what she's going through right now.
Belinda and I were the best kept secret in the business. Nobody could tell us apart. And certainly not a peevish, petty, miserable little worm like Quentin Ludovico. So when I discovered the truth, when I realized what Ludovico was about to unleash on this colony, Belinda paid the price.
I'm actually going to apologize about her sister. I'm sorry about Belinda.
So am I. I'm sorry I wasn't there for her. I'm sorry I couldn't protect her. Killing the administrator won't bring her back. But it'll feel good.
I have no regrets. I
fucking knew it!
I had to do. I'd do it again. If it means defending Halcyon's future, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Tell the truth, Ludovico. There's nothing safe about Spectrum Brown. You want to infest this entire colony with those disgusting parasites.
They're not parasites. These creatures are symbiotic life forms. They belong to the highest order of life form, capable of living in perfect harmony with humanity. The symbiotes evoke a feeling of joy in their host. A bliss so pure, so profound as to render the most exquisite recreational substance obsolete. Oh, don't you see, Inspector? I want to bring joy back to Halcyon. I want this colony to smile again.
They're not symbiotes. I've seen the way the infected behave.
A host only turns violent if they're carrying too many symbiotes, or if they see you as a threat. In its natural state, the relationship between symbiote and host is perfectly harmless. Listen to me. I never wanted to take a life, but I had no choice. I couldn't let anyone destroy this colony's only chance at real happiness. But what about Helen? What about all the innocent people she's killed?
No one I crossed off was innocent.
That was you in the labs. You killed Dr. Blossom.
Have you met Dr. Blossom? She was practically a reptile. A cold-blooded psychopath who toyed with human lives in the name of scientific advancement.
Fair point, this entire colony is like that.
Person. She was a weapon in Ludovico's arsenal. You call it murder? I call it disarming my enemy.
I know you killed the Rangers mascot.
The mascot was a spy working for Ludovico. He was ordered to keep an eye on Belinda and I, and report back to his master.
You're being paranoid. I barely knew the fellow.
Don't try to deny it. Anywhere Belinda and I went, that mascot was there, just watching us with those cold, dead eyes.
I found him rummaging through your things.
That doesn't surprise me at all. He was on Ludovico's side, just like the others. Dr. Leora Blossom, Maria Keene, that flackwit of a mascot, they were standing between me and Ludovico, so I did what I had to do. I went through them.
You killed Constable Keene? She was on your side.
She was on Ludovico's side. When she realized I was alive, she refused to stay silent. I gave Maria a chance. I told her about Belinda. I asked for her help, but she turned me down. She was honor-bound to report me to Ludovico. Maria had a duty to her company, and I had a duty to Belinda. We both did what we had to, but in the end, I was the faster shot.
I've heard enough.
You know what you need to do.
I'm on her side.
Help me avenge Belinda. Help me put a stop to this.
Don't listen to her. Listen to me. Throw in with Helen and you destroy Halcyon's only chance at real happiness.
That's not real happiness.
Future Inspector. A lifetime of bliss and joy for every colonist in Halcyon. We can make that happen.
Helen, I'm with you. Levardico is out of his mind.
The lesser of two evils, I suppose. Let's get...
We don't have a lot of time. We need to get out of here.
Not so fast. I've sealed the bulkhead doors. You're staying right where you are. I'm sorry to do this to you, Inspector. Truly I am. If it's any consolation, Helen has brought some remarkably powerful explosives. Your death should be instantaneous. Goodbye, Inspector. Helen, we won't meet again.
Damn it. He sealed us in, but I think I know another way out. Follow me and stay close.
Let's move.
Head through that door. There's another way out. There. I've opened that door.
Thank you. Now where? That door.
Nice work, Inspector. We may have put a stop to Ludovico's operations, but he's still at large. He's probably gone into hiding, so we're going to root him out.
What's the plan?
This entire complex has been exposed to those parasites. Law only knows how many they've infected. Most of them won't even know they're carrying a parasite inside of them. If they're showing symptoms, it's probably already too late. Boundless energy, insufferable joy, an almost saccharine attitude of optimism. Then just like that, parasites bursting out of their bodies, fat and wriggling with vital energy.
There must be some kind of pesticide, benign to humans, lethal to parasites.
You're a step ahead of me, Inspector. An airborne pesticide of some kind. I think you may be onto something. Let's meet back at your penthouse. We'll ready our next move.
I'll meet you there.
See you soon, Inspector.
That was fucking interesting. So it was Levardico. I had a feeling it was Levardico from the get-go. The only reason why I went with Cedric is because he is the most pissed off out of all of them. Yes, you got the fucking... what's her face? The Prophet. She admitted it, that she killed her, but there was... She basically got up and walked away from being high as a fucking kite. It wasn't her. Then you have Bertie. Yes, he was pissed off, but I think someone who is that dumbstruck over a woman, like the way he is, yes, he has anger issues and shit like that, but I honestly don't think he killed her because of the main reason of he loved her. Can I please just get to the fucking fast travel point? Ah, fine. Whoa there. Fucking Christ. So, I don't think it was... obviously, I didn't think it was him. When it came to the actor, I already had him detained. So, it couldn't have been him. I know that for a fact. Yeah, he wanted to get her out of the picture for a little bit. But, ta-da! It wasn't him. That was so surprising that it was Helen herself. Well, the twin of the two. And I can understand why she did it. Yeah, she's killed people. And yes, it's a bad thing she's been going around murdering people. And she should be detained for what she's done. But I understand why she did it. She's trying to save everyone from having fucking parasites all over their body. Which, I should have guessed there was parasites in that fucking thing from what I could see in that photo just there. In the bottle, you can actually see there's parasites at the bottom. So, that was definitely interesting.
Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
I honestly don't care about hearing that anymore. So at least we now know who killed them all. And I was wrong. But bearing in mind, I didn't know there was 2 of them. So either way, no matter who I picked, I was going to be wrong. There was no right answer.
It's strange. When you walk through that door, I half expected to see Belinda. Belinda and I practically shared a life. Losing her feels like losing a limb. She's conspicuous by her absence.
I'm sorry, this must be difficult for you.
I appreciate the sympathy, Inspector. Thank you. I'll appreciate your help even more. We shut down Ludovico's distillation plant, but he's not gonna sit idly by. If he can't use Spectrum Brown to infect the colony, he'll resort to some kind of backup plan. I stole this formula from Dr. Blossom, a failed prototype of Spectrum Brown. Look at this. The prototype had the opposite effect, and actually made you immune to the parasites.
And also slightly depressed instead of incredibly happy.
This is Halcyon. Everyone's already miserable. A little more despair isn't gonna make a difference. We're going to need 2 ingredients. A sample of essence of Sprat, and 1 intact pod of parasite eggs. Cedric's warehouse in the Perea spaceport almost certainly carries a batch of Sprat essence. As for the pod, I'd check the Wilderness Reserve if I were you.
Oh, you mean the Sprat nucleons they're commonly used in medical experiments?
I'm glad one of us is an expert. Most of what I know is based on Dr. Blossom's notes. Here's what I understand. Sprats have an adaptive immune system. They don't suffer from the diseases and parasites they carry. It's one reason why you'll see them in every corner of the colony. Dr. Blossom experimented with Sprats and accidentally discovered a way to become immune to the parasites. That's probably when she decided to switch to human testing.
I should be able to synthesize an effective anti-parasitic.
You're a scientist and an inspector? You really are full of surprises. I borrowed a centrifuge from the research lab. Used the ingredients to synthesize an anti-parasitic.
Easy enough.
I'm glad I could count on your expertise. Once you're finished, head to the pilot house. We'll hijack the control system and disperse the cure into the atmosphere. That should kill off most of the parasites.
Not so fast. Let me borrow your needler.
Are you worried I'm gonna shoot you in the back?
I'm already doing all the work. I deserve to feel like an ether wave hero.
You're right. You do deserve the spotlight. Here. You take good care of my needler, and it'll take good care of you.
Thanks.
There is one other thing. While you're at Perea Spaceport, have a word with Cedric Kincannon. I know Cedric. There's nothing he wants more than a chance to eliminate Ludovico. We could use him on our side. Best of luck, Inspector. I'm counting on you.
You killed innocent people. They weren't innocent exactly. Fuck. I'm just gonna leave that one alone. I have the needler and it's a science weapon. Da 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 da. It doesn't do very much damage, does it? Well, where's the, I'm gonna see what I can do to it. Alright, I've reached the max level I can and I'm basically broke again. Whoa! Oh! That's cool. Exit the ground, please. I'm actually going to pick this up tomorrow. I'm going to get out here, I'm going to save, and then I'm going to pick tomorrow will probably be a short stream because I'll be finishing it, but I'm going to pick the rest of this up tomorrow because I've been streaming for about 2.5 hours now and I want to make sure that I have something ready for tomorrow. So tomorrow's stream will probably be short, but it will give me time to give a review of the DLC of like everything else, because I'm not used to this type of like gameplay when it comes to, well, I'm not used to the fact of investigating and actually trying to try to figure out what's going on. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and nuke that subscribe button. I have been Deathbringer, and I will see you for the next one, which will be tomorrow. Thank you, and goodbye.